What's up, guys? The inflation could give Social Security recipients a record $1,700 increase next year. And this came out a month ago, and now we are coming up on the arrival time of the date. Seniors could see Social Security boost of $1,729 next year. Absolutely incredible. An estimate says retirees will learn the amount of the increase in 2023 in October, and the current estimate is that it will be 8.7%. As we are hearing about what's happening on the fourth federal level stimulus checks, the amount of money left over that's still sitting there from previous packages, literally $500 billion now still just left over, could be enough to send out a fourth federal level check to everybody in the nation through reallocation by executive orders by the president. And we have now entered the new fiscal year, which means whoever holds the majority, a new reconciliation bill is going to be at their disposal very soon. So let's go ahead and dive right in. An article from the New York Times just recently came out that says Social Security's cost of living increase will be the largest in 4 decades. An estimate says that more than 70 million Americans who receive Social Security benefits can expect an inflation adjustment to their monthly checks next year. That will be the largest in 4 decades, and they are saying the silver lining of this inflation is that those that have been hurting on fixed incomes, they are gonna get a nice pump up here. That's going to help them stay to pace with inflation. So we are going to be finding this out very soon. It says government inflation figures for August were released on Tuesday and point to a Social Security cost of living adjustment known as COLA of 8.7%, according to an estimate by a non-partisan group that lobbies for seniors. We don't have any confirmation of this yet. Could be more, could be less, but they are saying this could be one of the largest we've ever seen in 4 decades. Alright, the Social Security Administration is going to be announcing the figure on October 13th after the release of the September inflation data. So that's what we are waiting on. This could be the biggest announcement of the year, a massive 4-decade high increase to Social Security benefits, the 8.7% estimate. And by the group, the Senior Citizen League is lower than the league's projection last month of 9.6%. So they are saying that inflation has been coming down slightly. They are thinking it might be a little bit lower than they initially projected. The revision reflects the recent slight cooling of inflation to 8.3%. But if the league's projection holds up, the COLAs still couldn't be the largest since 1981, when the inflation adjustment was 11.2%. What they are suggesting could be on the way very soon. Now we will see. We've got about 9 days to see what's going to happen, and we are going to be keeping an eye on inflation. Once the September data is released, then we will see the increase for Social Security. So we have proposed, and we've heard coming back to the table, but we are going to be seeing if it comes to fruition. The Social Security bill backed by Bernie Sanders could give seniors an extra $2,400 a year in additional payments. So this could be on top of the COLA increase. Just to clarify, the COLA is set, it is official, and it will happen. In addition to that, if this comes through the Social Security bill for Bernie Sanders, that will be an additional benefit on top of the COLA. The Social Security increase could be an additional benefit. On top of that, a bill now before Congress that aims to raise Social Security payments could provide seniors with an additional $2,400 each year or $200 per month. The Social Security Expansion Act was introduced on June the 9th, so this has been out for a while by Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, and Oregon Congressman Peter DeFazio could expand Social Security payments by $200 monthly for most recipients now to do so. The bill could raise Social Security taxes on Americans making over $250,000 annually, which Sanders and Faso said could not affect roughly 93% of taxpayers should the bill pass. Someone qualifying for Social Security next year could see $200 more a month in payments than they otherwise could have received if Faso said protecting Social Security is a high priority for voters. According to CNBC, a June survey by Social Security Works the Data for Progress found that 64% of people are very concerned the program will run out of funding to continue paying benefits to future generations. The Social Security Administration said that last month, the program may only be able to pay 80% of the benefits by the year 2035 without reform. So they are saying reform is definitely needed, and this bill being proposed could increase the benefits by $200 per month and extend the solvency of Social Security for an additional 75 years. The bill proposed by Sanders and Faso could raise the cost of living adjustment to more accurately reflect how seniors spend their money. Fasio's office said the Social Security cost of living rate is already adjusted each year based on the inflation measurements tied to the urban wage earners and clerical workers. The Sanders-Faso bill could instead adjust the cost of living based on spending specifically by seniors, which focuses on more healthcare and prescription drugs than younger Americans. The average Social Security check as of May was $1,668 according to the AARP, but the inflation above 9% as of June checks could significantly increase the size of next year's to match these rising prices. Now, we are going to be seeing what happens if all of these stimulus provisions are starting to come back. They initially wanted these in the reconciliation bill, known as the Build Back Better bill, but it got changed to the Inflation Reduction Act and got passed through without those stimulus provisions. But progressives and Democrats are saying they are bringing them back to the table, even though they didn't make it into that bill. They're trying to bring it back and see if they can pass it again. I will keep you guys up to date here on the channel as we get closer to these midterm elections. Once again, thank you so much for joining, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.